Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. As the title suggests, Drew Kane is out of control. Now, and before we get to that, once to give a huge shout out to Amy H. Thank you, Amy, for the donation. I really do appreciate that. It definitely helps out the channel a hell of a lot. So shout out again to Amy H. Let's get the roll call. Seriously, everyone shout out to everyone thank Amy H. Amy H is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Tommy is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Amber is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Queen of the South is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Sean is in the chat. How you doing tonight? At the Bank is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Danny R is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Cherry Ice Cream is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Francis is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Susan R is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Billy was wrong. Billy, yo, Billy was about to catch those hands, bro. Billy was about to catch those hands. Alice is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Billy is about, and Susan R again. Thank you for joining tonight. And again, thank you, Amy H. I'm doing good, Danny. How you doing? I got a chance to see your review today. Thank you, Queen of the South. I gotta sit there and check on the Queen. Make sure the Queen is good. The Queen is good, then I'm good. Okay, starts. Tommy says Leslie is rich now. I cannot believe it. Leslie, and I'm gonna sit there and say this again. Leslie's the type of chick that Kevin Samuels used to crack jokes on. Kevin Samuels had content for days for women like Leslie. Okay? Now you know how I do. Okay? There is 15 people in the chat. There is one of me. There is no way I'm gonna sit there and get to every single question. I don't even know why I have to keep saying this, but for some odd reason I Francis says, yes, I did. I saw it on Instagram, Francis. We're going to talk about that too tonight. We're going to talk about that as well. There's a lot of polarizing stuff going on with that. Yeah, Sean. And guess who sold them out? Claudette. Dolamax is in the chat. Miss seeing you, my guy. Now, Ed says Drew is on a roll and he keeps going lower and bringing Sam into was wrong and keeping Scout away is disgusting. Hence the title. Drew Kane is out of control, people. He's out of control. I mean, when he sat there and said, well, you know what? Sam is not here. I'm here. So what Sam wants doesn't matter. That's what he said. I think the end of Drew is coming soon. The question is, who will take him out? I know. I saw that on I forgot that chick's name, but I know what you're talking about, though. I forgot her name. I think her name is Belinda. She was talking about down on the spoiler channel. Sean, that was low. That was low. Danny says, Albert, yeah, just take my time on my video. It's a lot of work in figuring what's the next video is going to be tomorrow. Well, that's the fun process of it, right? Yeah, Eagle. But that's the thing though, right? You know how to separate the actress from the character. Alistair says, me too. Makes me feel for Lexus, who is not my favorite. Yeah. Yes, Thomas. So I mean, yes, Tommy. So beyond the gates, it still ain't working with Cat. This man is still not handling his business in the bedroom, and it is showing. Yo, when he first of all, he has got to be the most cringiest character I've ever seen. We were so connected. It was like our thoughts was one. Like what the fuck? Bro sat there sounding like he just came out of a Nicholas Sparks novel. But he's saying all the lines in like the worst possible way. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that, well, let's be honest, he's a shitty actor. He's a shitty actor. Yes, I didn't know he was. Yes, he is. He is coming back. That is correct. Oh, you saw it, right, Francis? Now Tommy says Thomas is Thomas Luja. Oh yeah, when that first of all, that answer was a little bit kind of out of pocket though. I'm like, bro, we something for your class so we can have fun. You can sit there and kind of teach us how to dance in a rhythm, not a contest. Like, oh, I'm more man than you are. I'm like, bro, why don't you relax? Dude, this dude is not to try to be Mr. Steal Your Girl. Um, he should have been Josh was rocking out. She was definitely rocking that outfit. I don't know if he's trying to be the new AJ Quarterman. I don't know if he's trying to be the new AJ. I don't feel it, Danny. As that glass chase stood on business, so Drew and gave Danny that warrant. Yeah, because it's like, yo, I'm not gonna be your personal puppet. And he has to then explain to him what his job was to protect and serve. Like, Scout is fine, everything is fine, everyone is fine. Yes, what he did was reckless. Um, Kat was looking like she wanted to go home with the instructor. Yeah, Mrs. Stereo Girl, which I'm just like, you kind of are a little out of pocket. Oh, absolutely, Eagle. Cameron is killing it, and I'm here for him. I don't know about Drew, but I'm here for Cameron now. Because he's like, yo, listen, I'm here to protect and serve. I'm gonna give him a warning, and that's gonna be that. So I'm glad he stood on business with that, because even he was like, bro. And it's sad because Danny still called him Uncle Drew. Is Uncle Drew really gonna sit there and get me arrested? First of all, you need to stop calling him Uncle Drew. You need to sit there and just erase that vocabulary out your mouth. That's what you should have did. I mean, that's what you should be doing. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much what that comes down to. But yeah, Cameron's doing his thing. That's he calls him Uncle Drew. Yeah, I was like, honestly, yeah, I was like, bro, after today, you need to start calling him Uncle Drew. What's good, Jonathan? We're gonna talk about Days of Our Lives too. Also, Jonathan, I have a surprise for the member stream. I got a surprise. Well, I'm gonna have something fun, and I think you'll like it. Don't try to guess what it is because I don't want to spoil it. So, especially when good. Jay Blue says, I'm currently watching Yesterday's Change. How does Danny not know you have to check in with someone before leaving camp? He used to be, yep, yeah, that's true. Exactly. And we can all sit there and say that Danny was definitely reckless, you know. And I think a warning was more than adequate. And yeah, I even understand where Drew is coming from as far as being scared and upset. But Alexis, like we all get that, you know. Yeah, he's entitled to his feelings, but like at what point? Yeah, of course they're gonna have to recast him. I, you know, yeah, I see that. And that's exactly what Drew said. This isn't the first time that Danny was reckless, right? Especially with Rocco and everything. So I got that, but like he was definitely kind of ODing though. If we're all gonna be kind of real, he was definitely kind of OD. You know, I mean, Jonathan, if we're gonna be honest, they should start with recasting Sophia. Like every time she's in a scene, her scenes are just so goddamn unwatchable at this point. Oh, he's moving to Tennessee. Okay. Well, then that makes sense. That's right. Claudette's. I mean, yeah, that's his name, right? Claudette. I have to think about that. I have to think about that. All right. What about you, Jonathan? Who would you want them to get? I still think they should start with Sophia though. Oh, and can we talk about yesterday's little sly comment with Amy Choi? What word did she use again when she was talking to Javi when she found out about the Soros two dads? What was the word that she used? That's very progressive. I'll stop paying for Peacock, so no more days for me unless I can find the episodes online. Yep, progressive. Exactly, progressive. Robert Adams could be a good step in. Okay. No, I get it, Eagle. I get it. They did up the price though too, Eagle. That's another thing. They did up the price on that on Peacock. Jay Blue says Drew needs boundaries, or furthermore, the hospital needs to have better policies in place about their staff engaging in personal stuff during work hours. Yes. Yeah, Danny R. It is an okay show. Ronnie Ron. Um, as says saw Steve and Bradford Stream. Steve and Kelly were in contact, and the timing was good for her. So Steve took his shot at pitching Jason with Britt again. Okay, good. Now all you gotta do is sit there and get through a annoying, obnoxious ass Carly. I didn't. I didn't really feel anything. I mean, I don't really care about Rachel as a character one way or the other, so I didn't really have a feeling. She answered the questions, and that was about it. There was no. It's like asking me how was the color of the sky yesterday. But I do think that Marlena. I think that Marlena knows who shot EJ. And yes, it could be. Um, I know, Jonathan. Oh, yeah, progressive. When she said that shit, I was like, wow. And I wanted to talk about it yesterday, but couldn't do a live stream. Oh, but let me tell you something. By the time I got done with the soap operas, it was 10 o'clock. Like it was literally 10 o'clock, and I forgot to have some cereals. I gotta have some cereals, man. I know, Ed, and she was kind of hot too. It's unfortunate. I mean, she's still a hot, but she's just a hot trader. Allison said lots of 12-year-olds have phones now and could have called their parents or whoever and told them they're going home with their brother. X. Oh yeah, no, no, I knew that, Jonathan. But that's the thing though. Okay, so and that's the part though, right? When she found out that he had two dads, I was kind of waiting to see what she was going to say. Right? I was waiting to see what she was going to say. Whenever I can, Danny. I saw a couple of his stuff on Sundays. He had Rory and a couple of G stars on there. Domek says, I think it would be difficult if Rachel was portrayed as an innocent kid like Thomas, but Rachel being called to testify isn't as big of a deal. Yes. It's like, Jonathan, you can feel that you could have felt the tension when you saw that. Exactly. Yeah, and listen, I don't blame her. We're just like it's very progressive. It's very progressive. I'm like, that is the most. That's the most passive aggressive like insult you can sit there and give somebody, especially somebody who is LGBT community. And I'm not saying all those other letters. I'm just not saying them, but not because I don't respect them. I'm just not going through the whole alphabet that. But you know, yeah, Sean, I'm starting to get. I'm right there. I said that in my review. It was like, yeah, his attitude is starting to become very problematic. You took the words right out of my mouth. That was passive aggressive. I was like, I saw that shit in the morning while I was sitting there when I was sitting there drinking my Starbucks. I was like, I had to pause that shit for a minute. I was like, wait, say that shit, okay? Um, I'm not a fan of people putting their hands on each other, but Lucas asked for that shit. Lucas really asked for that shit. Right? He was being very judgy. And yeah, okay, fine. He was like, hey, listen, at least I'm not telling this at least I'm not saying this behind your back. I was like, good. Now that you're saying it in front of her face, she can smack the living fire out of you. Woke your ass right the hell up. Oh, he had to come. But let me tell you something though. My gorgeous queen cat lady. 1 second, Ron. Tell her I watched the new Alien TV show last night on FX, and I have to say it's great for the first episode, and the second episode is amazing. Yeah, I plan on watching that. If not tonight, I'm gonna watch a little bit of that tonight and finish watching it tomorrow. I'm actually looking forward to watching that show. I'm really looking forward to watching that. Ron says, Albert, what was EJ trying to do by asking Marlene to testify in court, and what does she have to do? What does she have to do with this? No, no, Danny. I was just sitting there saying, I have it recorded on my DVR, so I'm gonna try to watch some tonight and then the rest tomorrow. What was EJ trying to do by asking Marlena to testify? Is that even a question? Like, did you really just ask me that? He was trying to ask. Okay. Sometimes I'm just like, Ron, are you trolling me with that question? What do you think he was trying to do by getting her to testify? So she can testify and, hopefully exonerate what you call it. Exonerate her son. And what does she have to do with this? Okay, I'm just gonna sit to pretend that you trolling me because I don't even understand. I don't even understand how. Yes, Ed, and we're gonna talk about Beyond the Gates because, like, I'm sorry, I gotta get to this shit first. Hold on, Eagle says Sophia from Days is legit the worst actor on daytime. They better off letting her leave town at this point. Facts. Um, Ego, I do agree with that. Every scene with Sophia, and I said this before you came in. I was like, every scene is unwatchable. Every scene is unwatchable, and you know what? I feel bad for the other person that has to be involved in her scene because I feel like they have to carry the scene. Right? Jonathan, are you joking? Are you being serious about that question? I was like, are you? Yeah, I'm just asking. Like, is he joking? Is she really that bad? He's joking, right? 'Cause I ain't start drinking yet, so I'm gonna just sit there and think that he's joking. I take a sip. Come on, people. Well, the thing is, they couldn't really keep the original actors because she chose to leave. She chose to leave, so it wasn't really their choice. Dominic says, "How do you feel about the reveal that June calls CPS on herself to protect her kids?" And that was actually kind of a. I would sit there and say that's probably the only thing that she did right. But the problem is, and 1 second, Francis, the problem with them revealing that those are her kids is that we have to sit there and see more June. That's the problem. Is that we have to sit there and see more June. But yeah, no, Jonathan, it wasn't their choice. Francis says, I don't like how Smitty dictating to Martin he has the right to see his kids. Yeah, that's true. I understand why. Like he doesn't want to. I understand why he doesn't want to have like those little family. Now recast her again, Jonathan. They need the Sophia character. They just don't need that one. That's the problem. They need the Sophia character. They just don't need that. They have to do their stupid love triangles and whatever nonsense that they got going on. So, um, Smitty needs to get over it already. Wow, just get over it. Yeah, the man's been spent there lying to you for about 2 or 3 years, but he just needs to get over it. Man, I was really looking forward to that episode of Family Game Night. The one where YNR versus General Hospital. I want to sit there and see who won. Then Callie just says General Hospital won. Oh damn, that sucks. Oh, just get over it. Oh my god, our relationship's gonna be so fun. Um, Ron said I heard that Kristen. Then you should have watched it. Mm. I heard that Kristen is going to be testifying also in court. In my opinion, she has nothing to do with this. Why she called? Because she was in the house. She was in the house. So she's going to be called to testify on her knowledge of stuff. Even if, her knowledge is nothing, she's still going to be called to testify. Oh, shit. 30 people in the chat and 12 likes. Yes, let's get those likes up. And I'll go back to your other comment in 1 second. Okay, so we got 12 likes. So hit the like button. It really helps. Naomi was being annoying yesterday. She was being so goddamn extra. She was like, "But stay, but why don't you tell me why?" But yeah, it's like this woman is clearly bothered by this, and she's done with what's good, Kaiwan. I don't feel like I'm gonna regret reading this. Cat lady is so bad. She's such a bad kitty. Fucking love her. Make me feel subconscious now. Taiwan says, "Are you like me, Albert? Do you like the slap that Willow gave Lucas? Gave him because he's a hypocrite because he was married to Brad." Um, I oh, you want them to plead the fifth run? Is that how you just want things in general? You just want people to just plead the fifth when they get in court? I didn't realize how much I missed watching Outer Kelly get there. Kelly's so bad. Oh well, that's a positive thing, Ron. Thank you. Tommy says, "How do you feel about Leslie is coming with money? You mean that she's gonna come into it with money?" I don't understand where you feel like Leslie is just gonna get this money from out of nowhere. I feel like I said, I feel that Kevin Samuels will have a field day. Well, I don't know if she's gonna come into it with money. If she does, she does. I'm pretty sure she'll wind up blowing it because she is just irresponsible, and she got her priorities all backwards. We're gonna be honest. Francis says, "Sick of um, Mariah and Tess storyline and putting Tess in danger. They should all leave town already." I don't like I said. I'm put it this way: CBS does not give an F about the LGBT community. Okay, there is only one LGBT. There's only one gay relationship on the show, and CBS wants to just crush that. Put him with Daniel. Make her straight. I felt like we placated the LGBT long enough. That's what CBS is coming across as. One second, I feel like they're out of pocket. And like I said, I'm so done with the whole Mariah and Tess stuff. No, but I will now. Yeah, one second, Ed. I'll get right back to it in a second. Oh shit, cat lady, you know who I just picked, right? So apparently I'm in the 3% column. I sided with Drew. I sided with Drew. CBS gave us the L and even then couldn't commit to it. Yeah, I did. I so did. Yeah, Francis, you should vote for Drew. Francis, you should vote for Drew. She playing. She loves me, Chad. Oh, okay. That's how you feel about them? Yeah, I don't like. I mean, I don't really. It's not like I don't like. It's not like I don't like Aaron. I don't care about him. Like he's there or not. It doesn't really. It doesn't really matter. Like what's good, Juwan? Taiwan says, "Yo, where can I sign, Albert? Where can I sign? Where can I sign? Because I think that he should arrest Danny because my mind Drew was going off the wall, leaving Alexis." I have no idea what you just said. But yeah, Naomi was just overstepping. And I felt like she kept trying to facilitate this meeting. And it was, I don't know, I was so annoyed, like watching him cry and watching him be all sad. And like, I'm like, girl, let me tell you something. The only thing you did right was sit there and call CPS so you could. Oh no, me personally, no, I voted for Drew. Ron says Avi Bostic is turning on Jason for Drew. Yeah, in the beginning. And then I realized, like, Ron, what are you doing? Like, I stopped looking at your messages for like 5 seconds, and Ron, you might want to start with Cat Lady unless you want to get timed out again. Yes, I did, and I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I wasn't a huge. I didn't like some of the decisions that they made in that movie. I'll say that much. Kind of enjoyed the Fantastic Four better, even though I have less action. But yeah, I was so annoyed. I was like, I just didn't like the fact that she just kept pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. It was like, why are you so invested in these people? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, okay, I understand you're a social worker or whatever she is, a lawyer for the homeless or something, but I felt like she was a little bit too invested in that whole thing. What's good, Darby? I was in a lost of goddamn mind. I mean, the sad thing is that I don't even like Chelsea. I really don't. But I'm like, girl, you come in there, you start acting like a nut job, and then you sit there, and she's so blatantly obvious about, um, she's so blatantly obvious, like, come on, I'm having problems with Darren or whatever. Don't you care? Aren't, aren't you sad for me? Chelsea was like, well, yeah, and I told you what to do, and you didn't do it. So what do you want me to do? It's not that easy. It's not her problem. Like, seriously, and I know it sounds cold, but it's not her problem. You know? So then she leaves, and then she comes back, and she's all like, well, I'm just trying to warn Madison of you because, you're crazy and you'll leave her. And I was like, wait, hold on. Now you're trying to warn Madison that you're crazy? But then in another sentence, you're like, but see, this is the reason why we should be together. I'm just like, this is like the, I was like, this is like the dumbest fucking soap opera. It's like, it seems like that where I'm just like, I don't mind the tied up part, but like, I mean, and the sad thing is that we don't even know his side. We don't even know his side of the story. Like, we really don't. We're hearing all this stuff. Oh, he's crazy. He's this. He probably left her ass if he's not, tied up in a body bag or something like that, in a million pieces. Oh, Tommy, I love that movie. I know that's not what you're referring to, but like, that's that movie still holds up. Rocking to Rocking to Poison. Yeah, Claudette. is you know, is the enemy. Outta is the enemy. Right? Britt Michaels. Oh, okay. Um, but yeah, like I said, apparently, oh, okay, Britt Michaels. I thought he was a wrestler. Oh, maybe that's another person. I mean, slap the punch. If you like somebody, and what's good, Freddie? If you like somebody, it's not going to really matter that much. Hmm. Yeah, that's an idea. That's an idea. But I don't know, Danny. It would just be a little. I mean, he had. I mean, to be fair, he has been on the Young and the Restless for a very long time. Oh, Shawn Michaels is the wrestler. Okay, thank you, Shawn. I don't know. It would be a little kind of weird for him just to stay on Beyond the Gates. I mean, they don't use a lot of people sometimes, if we're gonna be honest. But also, I'm not gonna lie, that's another thing though. Like, it's a little weird, right? Like, I feel like their acting styles, like, there's an acting style for Beyond the Gates, and then there's an acting style for um, there's an acting style for Young and the Restless. Yeah. And it says, what if Marlena shot EJ so they could tie that into her dreams and dark presence Susan. Oh, okay. I like that. I like that, Ed. You bizarre. To rate the soul stage H is number one. Beyond the Gates, I mean, Young and the Rest is number two. Beyond the Gates is number three. Days is number four. And B&B is number five. Hmm. It's hard. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie. Like, I was sitting, I would, Beyond the Gates was good. Days, I don't know. Like, I'm going to be honest. Again, any scene with Sophia is just fucking terrible. Um, I don't care about Holly and Tate. You know, Days of Our Lives deserves better than to have those characters on there. It's oh, and on B&B, Jonathan, I'm gonna tell you right now, Will is not waiting. Will is not. What's good, Crystal Ramirez? He might have sat there and said that he was cool with waiting for a lecture, but he ain't cool with that. His ass is eventually going to sit there and move on. And Luna's nutty ass is still Smithly obsessed with him. Yes, James had got the headshot. That's right. James also talks too goddamn much. Sean says Smart looks like a throwaway for GH. I don't even remember. I don't even remember the trailer for it. God damn, bro. The whole essay. Okay, so Ron asked this question for the 70th time. Albert, if you met Wayne Brady in person, you both having a conversation and a fan having a conversation and the fan started booing him. and threaten him by saying, "You stole Hope, baby. What would you say?" I would tell that person to get some goddamn therapy. Doesn't look great. You said that James is definitely related to Cody. They both like to run their damn mouths. Johnson says, "Remember when I told you about my day's story idea of the death of Vivian?" It was a while ago, so I don't remember it now. Here's the thing: every scene with Leslie is just it's literally starting to just become less tolerable, less goddamn tolerable. Every scene with Leslie is just like I said, that chick was going through her goddamn bills, talking about electric bill, no, gas bill, no. But I'm gonna sit there and do all this shopping for all this new stuff. I'm just like, um, I'm like, girl, you got your priorities whacked, like just jacked up. I'm like, I'm saying if I have a field day with her. Ron says, "Do you care for Sophia's mother?" I mean, she's an interesting character. I have not seen a character that's so conservative in a sense, that goes with the Christian route and stuff like that, and is not homophobic, but like I don't know what you want to sit there and call it. One second, Danny. Johnson says that's right. That's all right, but the story would have been better than what we got today. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's the teen stuff really kind of brings down the show. And apparently, the writers and the directors and whoever is in there making the show clearly does not give two flying shits. So, my laptop got a reboot, so I'm gonna read one more comment and then I'm gonna switch over. I mean, Jonathan, that's been a staple for a while. I just Yeah, they did. They usually do that with when they have what you call it, like Leo on. Still here. All right, I'll put a better picture up. 1 second. Hold on. Bring like a classic. There we go. That's a lot better. Yeah, and I figure this one will be a lot more fitting. Exactly, an old school Fiona Hughes. What's it called? Cyanide fever, right? Cyanide fever. That's what it's called, right? Yeah. Cyanide. Okay, I'm back. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Why is it still? Okay, I can see myself. Let's see if I can hear myself. Yeah. Thank you, Queen. Thank you. Appreciate that. W says you may think it was boring, but I bet you still wanted to reach and your Tracy says Albert loves the fake. Kelly, you can't hear me? Listen, those AI ones are a trip. Listen, those AI ones are a trip. Okay, good. Good, good, good. That was annoying. Yeah, sometimes my laptop likes to randomly decide that it wants to update the system, and it will literally drain my battery until I do it. Yeah, I mean, listen, the way that they're writing Drew is yeah, it's definitely fun. It is definitely. Where's my cup at? Oh, yeah, it's definitely messed up. I mean, like I said, when he sat there and said, one second, Ed, when he sat there and said, um, that he practically does, he practically said he didn't care what Sam would have wanted because she's not here anymore. I was like, well, damn, bro. I was like, all right, man. Like, I think here's the thing. I think even the most diehard fan would be like, what the that point would be like, why is it not? Okay, there we go. As says, I think Haley working with Randy and paid the doctor off because all of a sudden She was cool during her test with the doctor in front of Bill. She had a plan, but they need to make it make sense. I am so over this goddamn Haley shit. I'm gonna be honest. I am so over this whole Haley nonsense. Pet Daddy, yes. Like he did what was his name? Joey? Joey something, right? What was that guy's name that he wound up beating the living he put him in the hospital? Yes, Tommy, Cat is uncomfortable. Cat's uncomfortable because he ain't doing it right. Okay. And when he sat there and was trying to give his Twilight speech, yes, it was Joe, yes. When he sat there and tried to give his Twilight speech talking about we're so connected, handle him in like 2 seconds. We're so connected. It's like we're sharing the same mind. But then he was like, "Is there something off, Cat?" And she was like, "No. What do you mean?" And that's my whole thing. I'm like, girl, just tell him the truth. That's my whole thing. Like, seriously, just tell him the truth. Like, yo, listen, this ain't working. Whatever we ain't doing right in the bedroom, it ain't working. Either, go to a class or call it a rock. I guess not, Ed. I'm just saying, like, it's something ain't working. Just be. And my whole thing is like, she's like a woman that will be honest and stand on business when it's unnecessary. And yet you have a problem that they're talking to him about it. Like, come on. Tracy said GH always have a grandparents fight over kids. No, I didn't, Ron. You didn't ask me to. And I'm talking about 5 soap operas, so clearly I'm gonna miss one. I don't remember, but also I don't remember 1 second, Spider. I also don't remember um Belle asking that. I remember EJ asking that, and I remember EJ Smith there thinking like maybe the reason why she doesn't want to sit there and continue with the hypnosis is because of that. Fucking serious. Did you see how Alexis looked at Drew? She looked like she was going to off. Yeah, and listen, all reality, I don't. Drew said some real messed up ish. If we're going to be honest, so I don't blame. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Yeah, no, I don't blame him. I mean, he said some pretty awful shit though. Like, I'm like, God damn, bro. And honestly, to tell you the truth, it seems that her moral compass isn't exactly you know isn't all there, Brits. I mean, she had no problem with wanting to sit there and speak with a married guy, a married man. But at the same time, I was kind of there for when she sat there and said like, you can bring your wife there too. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, okay, all right. Ooh, Cat Lady said, let me highlight that. Do you, do Alexa still have that dagger? Because that might be used on Drew very soon. Yeah, because otherwise, why the hell would they even sit there and bring that damn dagger out for it? What was the point of that? Spider, what is that? Okay, her looking. Well, okay, her looking hot. What does that have to do with her saying that they're hitting on the married man? What does that have to do with her hitting on the married man? I don't understand that. I don't understand. What was the correlation? Queen Just was good. Yeah, I guess everyone has their definition of beauty. But so because she's bored, it's cool to sit there and hit on married people. Bro, listen, let me tell you something, Spider. I'm only entertaining this for a little bit. 1 second, Dad. I'm only entertaining this for a little bit. You'll be the type of person that when it comes towards Britt and Lulu, it's like, hey, listen, they could sit there and off somebody because, I like them, or they could sit there and do this because, I like them. Like, bro, like, come on, bro. You know damn how lonely she is. Her moral compass isn't all there. I mean, I'm not saying she's evil, but you hitting on a married man, that's saying something. But that's just me. You're missing the point, Spider, and I feel like you're missing on purpose. So let's just move on. Let's just move on. Anyway, what'd you thought of the episode, Spider? Yes, just by that Claudette. I think that's her name, right? Claudette, the chick with the accent. No reality. I feel like most of these women are just average. Like they're pretty. Haley's actually hot. She's just, well, kind of a bimbo. And yet you have both Joss and Vaughn just slow. I mean, to be fair, they didn't actually think there was going to be a mole in the WSB. Maybe but that's the thing though, Spider. Maybe she was always like, DVX or something like that. You know how like Anna used to sit there and be a double spy and everything, the WSB, the DVX, and I think maybe that might be the same thing with Claudette. Your inbox now. My inbox. Let's see what's in my inbox. No, I don't say anything. Okay, all right. Let me check that out. Thank you, Jonathan. Grant, I felt like you just asked me that question about Amy. You literally just asked me that question like 20 minutes ago. Oh, well, yeah, I'm on my phone.
My laptop had my laptop had a it had an update like randomly, so I had to sit there and switch to my phone, and then I'm charging my laptop now. Yeah, that's what happened. Well, I mean, like I said, Ron, you you asked me that question. You asked me, do I care about Sophia's mom? Like, did you forget that? I'm not trying to be a dick. It's just you like literally asking about the same thing. Um, Sean said, just keep Carly out of Jason's love life. Yeah, we listen. I don't know if I still have that scene, and I don't very wary about playing it here. But Monique says, I thought you weren't doing live. Oh yeah, let's get Monique. It's good to see you. I can still have that scene. Yeah. All right, I will have to find it again. Maybe I can't play it tonight. Well, yeah, and the thing is, Jonathan, he don't, he don't care about what you call it. Darby said Abba has a gift for being an anus. Drew definitely was doing too much, and yeah, calling me to sit there and sit her ass down. Um, like another 10 minutes, and then I'll put that back on. If I can find the scene, I'll play it tonight. I don't usually do this for the regular streams, but oh no, I got you, Gary. I got you. Yeah, dude literally sat there and said, "Well, you know what? She's not here. I'm here. So what she wants doesn't matter." Yo, when he like I said, when he said that shit, I was like, "Oh, wow." I could try to find it now. But when he said that, it was just like, "Wow, bro." It's like now it's choosing to be fucking stupid. Okay. Sparker says, why is Jess on Drew's side?" Well, you gotta ask Jess that. You gotta ask Jess that. What do you mean she's on Drew's side? Her synthesis did not seem that was cold, but he wasn't. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, you gotta ask her that. Nah, that's a good question. Yeah, no, ask her that. She got a name. Um, yes, I will be, Sean. You have a great night. Just as I'm not wrong, I'm not on Drew's side. I'm just saying he wasn't wrong. Monique says when Drew said what he said to Alexis about Sam, I saw Natasha coming out. He was wrong for everything else. I mean, like I say, like Alexa said, he took it too far, and it was definitely uncalled for. Yes, you have a great night, Sean. Trust me, I know those early mornings are. I know those early mornings. I'm on Drew's side. Darby's trolling. Yeah, Cherry, and that's the thing. Yeah, that's why Chase is like, I'm gonna give him a warning because like, yeah, it was out of pocket, and even Jason was like, you can't just act on your emotions. So like, we all see that, but like this dude, yeah, like he is just out of pocket, and even the most diehard fans of Drew have, well, they don't have to do anything, but like I say, even, here's the thing. Even there was times I was trolling with Drew, and then there was times where I took his side because I legitimately was like, I'm taking his side for this reason or that reason. Even I had to sit there and be like, nah, bro. It was like, nah, bro, you doing too much, bro. You doing way too much, my guy. You are doing too much. For real. Darby likes to play devil's advocate, and this is, Darby says, who are they to question Drew's parenting? Alexis, who raised Christina, or Jason, who finally stepped up to raise his kids after years of neglect? So Darby is not there playing devil's advocate. I like that. I like that role. I often play that 5 to 7 days a week. So I feel you on that. I do. He's missing the point, but I'm also missing my goddamn noodles that I don't feel like going over there go get. Cat Lady says Sitwell could set Drew up and blame and on Danny just to set up Jason because he already has something to use on Sunny. Absolutely, Jonathan. Absolutely. I mean, listen. Oh no, they still won. They still won. I didn't even taste it. They still won now. Gorgeous Queen Janet, when will Drew be gone or as an unalive? What's good, Queen Janet? Just says Leslie is doing too much. Leslie does too much all the goddamn time. Spider says Albert yet again. Cat regretting. Yes, because he ain't handling his business right. He is not handling his business right. And yeah, Jen, we've been sitting there saying that the fans been sitting there saying that for a hot minute. Darby says I would pick the one day of the year to be on the side of the Angels. You know, I said Liesel, not Leslie. Oh shit. Okay. Well, technically, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Freddie says out of Willow slap. If Jesus out of Lucas, I ain't gonna lie, he would been so holier than now, though. Yeah, I threw the damn apple. Well, the thing is, Jess, it's not really so much why can't Broken just talk to her damn son, is that Gio's kind of doing a little bit too much. Like I'm starting to get kind of annoyed with Gio's attitude constantly. I said the same thing, Jess. Here's my thing: when I like people complained about Violet, people complained about Violet. People like Violet talks too much. She's always like interfering in grown people's lives and this, that, and the third. She's constantly talking too much. Now you have James that they're just spilling the beans. Like, yeah, Maxie was Smith there. Really talking about that decision with Mac and everything. The police chief. What's wrong with you? I don't know, Jess. I guess I kind of look at it. I'm like, if you push too hard, he's just gonna sit there and dig his heels in, and you're just gonna make things worse, right? Like, think about this, Jess. She walked in the room, and Gio approached her like, well, "What are you doing here?" That's when, like, Gio, you don't own this goddamn hotel. You're a goddamn lifeguard. Okay, stay in your lane. Like, she jumped on him. I mean, he jumped on her the minute that she walked into that room. Exactly. He don't own the goddamn. What are you doing here? None of your goddamn business. And did you pay for this? No? Take your dumb ass back over there then. Remember the last conversation that she had where he blew up on her? I mean, I know she was being kind of nasty and rude towards Lulu, but like he saw that and he was like he was done. Cat lady says I love every part of Danny today with Drew. Yeah, still calling him Uncle Drew, which that should start to be called null and void. Elsa Days is trying to set up the next generation, but they need better material. Yeah, it's not working. It's seriously not working, and I know I'm not the only person that's just not really giving a damn. What? Ryan, what the hell are you talking about? I heard that Albert Bostic and Cat Lady and Freddie Edwards encouraged that woman to throw the apple at Cameron Madison because of his character. They all can't separate fact from fiction. You know, I really can't. I really can't. You're absolutely right. Freddie, he's right. I can't speak for Cat Lady, but he's 100% right though. Um, I don't know, Ron. I would have that knowledge. Why are you asking me where a character that they barely talk about? Like I would know what they are. Oh, okay. I can see Cat Lady doing something like that. Just that they kind of have Gio in this corner doing BS with Emma and her lame ass plan. They need to put him back with the Qs. Yeah, this plan that is like super destined to fail. Okay, super destined to fail. Which is here's the thing. She keeps pushing him away. She's like, "No, I'll do this because if you get caught, yeah, no, I read that. If you get caught, then it's not good. Let me get caught." I'm like, this plan don't seem that good because you're not really that confident in this plan. You're not. But yeah, I answer that. I pretty much just like it's just not working. Like the characters we I don't know. I mean, Ed, do you even care about? Okay, do you care about Tate? Do you care about Holly? No. I'm just. Do you care about these teen characters? I mean, yes, it needs better material, but I feel like they need better characters. Though. Like Tate is not gonna be a better character. He's just not. It's just he's just that's just where he's at. Unfortunately. So it's not even so much that they need better material. They just need better characters. This shit is just not working. Unfortunately. That's how I look at it. But, I mean, listen, I'm cool if we're then bringing in Sydney. Just don't make her a disappointment. Because Johnny's a disappointment. Johnny's been a disappointment. I mean, I don't. Here's the thing. I don't hate the character. Hold up. We talking about that slot? We talking about? Okay. So yeah. I forgot his name. Matt Atkins, whatever the hell his name is. He's coming. He's reportedly coming back to the Bold and Beautiful. Right. He's reportedly coming back to the Bold and Beautiful, and some people are really happy about it, and some people aren't really happy about it. Some people said that the actors are racist. I'm like, okay. Freddie says Gio keeps acting cold towards Dante and BOQ. I understand his anger, but him continuing to act this way still is ridiculous. If I was Dante, I would have still loved, but I'm not going to beg. Yes, sometimes, yes, Freddie, sometimes you got to love somebody from a distance because it's not. Oh, Born a Beautiful Thomas. Born a Beautiful Thomas. He's supposed to be coming back. I saw some on Instagram with him like being on set and everything. I forgot the actor's actual name, like Matt something. I don't remember, but um, yeah. So he's supposed to be coming back, and I don't know. Having night at I know what those early mornings are like. They're a pain in the asses, and I had to deal with that today. I don't wish that on anyone. Early mornings suck. It's funny, Jay Blue, because okay, so what I don't understand, and I think I played the message for the regular people, is that I thought we had Kristen Storms back. Like, yes, okay, the temporary actress that played Maxie today, she was in there earlier, but just as Beyond the Gates doesn't have any good storylines, they're losing my attention. No, I'm not surprised. Jess, you said something that was interesting before a couple of days ago. You was like the show was decent. You was like the soap opera is a decent soap opera. But I mean, let me ask you a question. It's an hour of your time. Is a show that's decent worth an hour of your time? Or 30 minutes if you're DVRing it? She would be in and out from the show as Kelly said, yes, she will be in and out from the show. I see you don't read everything. It's so bad. It was whatever. That's my thing, Joe. See, like don't get me wrong, I'm not sitting there trying to discourage you from watching the show, but like a show needs to like really grab you, or I don't know, like it's weird because like okay, General Hospital may not always have the best episodes. Like, why do we need to see Kat and Tomas take dancing classes and Chelsea and her Stalker storyline so far? Like, yeah, but okay, but and you're so clueless. Wow, she really loves me. hmm That's love right there, people. But okay, so how do you justify? Okay, so Josh, how do you justify General Hospital? Because don't get me wrong, there's times in the episodes are like, this was not doing anything for me. But we still watch General Hospital. J. Blue says, Albert, remember Kristen Storm's film scenes before she left on. Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's true. That's true. That's a good point. Thank you. It was good, LaShawn. Hmm. Jewish has terrible writing, but they keep it interesting with strong leading actors and stories. Sure. I didn't see that coming out there. I'll be honest. I didn't. There we go. What the fuck took it so long? Jesus fucking Christ! I didn't see that coming out there. That's a very good point, Jess. Very good point. But it does make it interesting. I mean, you know. All right, I'm gonna switch off, but yes, it's I said to say I said to say well the thing is, Joe, see, unfortunately we have to sit there and deal with more Joe, right? We have to deal with more June. And that's the problem, is that I don't want to deal with any more goddamn June. Like the chick was annoying as fuck if we're gonna be honest.
Okay, I think I'm good. I guess I'm good, right? Okay, that answers my question. Um, I heard myself before, so yeah, I'm assuming you can hear me. Chat, let me know if you can hear me. Okay, thank you, Jonathan. Okay, thank you, Calvin. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, I just I don't really care about the June character. I find her annoying, to be honest. Like I said, I felt that what you call is doing a little bit too much, personally. You know, I seriously do hope that my noodles is not actually fucking cold, though. Uh, anyway, what did you say before? Jay Blue says, I wonder how Brenda will handle that. He he's distracted with Carly. Yeah. Blackmon, aka Mr. GQ, is in the chat. How are you doing? Tonight. Yeah, I haven't actually touched my goddamn noodles. So I hope it's actually still good. I guess we'll find out. What other good pictures do I have? Oh yeah, just the ones that never mind. I gotta update this shit. Just that I don't give an F. I don't care about you either. Really don't. I find that shit just annoying. Wow, these are actually still warm. I mean, my whole thing is like, Naomi's not there asking, like, would you want to sit there and meet her? And I'm like, she still doesn't seem like she is mentally, like, right. Like, she still wants to sit there and live on the streets. Who knows if she's still an addict or anything like that? Like, Freddie says, I'll take the Geo situation personally because I have my own experience with my parents dying from being sick when I was 13 years old. I didn't get a chance to tell them I love them. Wow, that's really sad. Yeah, no, I get that. I do. Um, like I said, I don't really care about. Yeah, I didn't I didn't get the bigger one today. I don't know why, but I just didn't get the bigger one today. She's not, and it's a bad idea for the kids to meet her. Yeah, she don't seem like she's really sober or anything like that. So like, like what are we doing? Jason, let me hope this is actually. Yeah, she just don't seem like she's really mentally like stable and stuff. So. But you know what? Here's the thing. I will take this much stuff. At least I don't have to sit there and deal with those damn like that Anita storyline with the Sharon and Tracy or Wendy or whatever the hell those girls' names was. Because I was so done with them. Like I was I was so done with them. So Freddie says, I'm sure they knew, but I still want to tell my parents I love them. It just hurts always. Tell your loved ones you love them. Yeah, see, I would say this much about that. Jill's young, and the problem with some young people is that they think that they have all the time in the world. They think they have all the time in the world to sit there and kind of make up, or um, they think they just have all the time in the world, and they don't. And unfortunately, unless something, and that's my whole thing. Like, I feel like something shocking needs to happen for Geo to kind of realize that, you know? Just as those damn articulates, yeah, the dollar store version of Dream Girls. It just seemed like it was such a chore to get through. I think that's another problem. It literally seemed like it was a chore to sit there and get through those scenes. Which is actually really funny because I no, this is actually still warm. This is actually still warm. For real, Freddie. Cat Lady says I stopped watching because of them. I don't blame you. I mean, there's a lot of other reasons to stop watching this. Watching that. Them and the Chelsea storyline. Yeah, I don't blame you on that. Jiggle says Joe is just hanging on to his anger about the situation. He's not trying to solve any issues he has with Brooklyn. So it also kind of bothers me. Maybe it's just a pet peeve of mine. And I said this before. Why Brooklyn? Why Brooklyn? Just put it one fucking name. I don't understand that. Like why is it necessary to do that for? I don't get that. Johnson says if Stephanie returns today is how would you like to see him escape from where he is now? I don't know. I think the only reason why I'm snipping I can't think of it is because, like, here's the thing. I've been so used to not having Stefan on the show that I can't even sit there and think of a scenario where he would escape. I mean, I thought the scenarios where, like, Gavin would find out and maybe come and try to rescue him. I thought of stuff like that. Yeah. I thought of stuff like I thought of stuff like that, but I thought of stuff like that. I would sit there and say, but I will say this much though, and I said this before. If Bell winds up, if Bell, if Bell winds up getting back together with EJ, I'm like, you're a goddamn fool. You are an absolute moron. I think there's nothing in there to here. People says maybe there's someone in his family named Len, and they were honoring her as well as Brooklyn, even though. Okay, well that would make more sense. Okay, like I said, I mean it's not a big deal. It's more of a pet peeve of mine, but I guess when you put it like that, that makes sense. Ron says Matt. Okay, Ron says Matt's coming back to rinse and repeat. I have a feeling that Brad Bell is going to keep him on, just like Grace. Well, okay, like I said this before, and not like you pay attention, but I felt like that whole, and maybe it's just me. I felt like that whole cancer storyline. One second, Ryan. Let me ask you one question at a time. I feel like that cancer storyline was just a way to kind of exit Grace off the show, which. Hmm, hmm, hmm. Wow, this is actually so. I'm more snipped to think about that slap though. For to be honest. I don't know. I just felt like it was just kind of stupid and a little childish. But at least when Anna came over there, Anna was like, and just says, "Cat lady, are you done with Beyond the Gates?" Now, I'm only gonna play a little bit of this. I usually do the same stuff for like members, but we gotta talk about your girl Carly. Well, we got the Carly fans. We gotta talk about the Carly fans for a hot minute. Okay? Where is my phone? I want to make sure that this is actually turned out. Some of you have seen this scene. Some of you have not. Whoa, okay, that is loud as fuck. So, the next time y'all think about your girl Carly, I want y'all to think about this scene. Okay? Like I said, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but y'all have seen it.
Get the hell you unleashed. Everyone suffered. Michael, Jason, even AJ. All because you took it upon your sanctimonious self to tell a truth that wasn't yours to tell. All because you were jealous. You were afraid I was going to have a family that you couldn't have with Jason because you're HIV positive. There, I said it. You know what, Robin? You may fool the rest of the world, inspire pity and admiration, but I know you for the snake that you are.
I want y'all to keep in mind, next time y'all talk about your girl Carly, keep that scene. Yeah, exactly. Just keep that scene in the back of your head. I know y'all may like Carly, but that was, even y'all Carly fans have to sit there and admit that was kind of low. that was kind of low. Exactly, Jonathan. Yeah, exactly, Charlie. Yeah, no, of course, buddy. I had it for a hot minute, but no, it wasn't. You want to elaborate? Because Cat Lady said it wasn't that bad. Well, I mean, it wasn't luck. I still see people in that comment section looking at that shit. Right? I still see that. Thank you. What's good, Big Nate? No, no, no. You said it wasn't so. It wasn't so low. Okay, so W says people ain't gonna like it when I say this, but Lulu is the most ungrateful person who ever lived. While she was taking her 4-year beauty nap, everyone in that town, including Britt and her, J Blue said that's nothing new. She's been like that, and didn't she recently done something similar with Lucas? Allison said that was pretty bad. No clue how Robin actually had 2 kids though, unless the condom broke 2 times. Yeah, we're gonna get into the logistics of that one, but the point is, it was bad. I should have played that whole thing, but anyway, that was the main purpose I want to sit there and show y'all. I also want to sit there and show Jess and Cat Lady, since y'all haven't actually really been um haven't been in the member streams. But I will sit there and say this much. This weekend I have some surprises. Well, Saturday and Sunday. I'll say that. Yeah, Emma. Yeah, Emma and that other baby. She did want to having another baby. I don't remember what the name was. I think it was a boy. Well, no, Darby, but I want to show them that scene. I want to show them that scene. Oh, thank you, Freddie. No, there you go. Jibu says the first time it was an accident, second time I think it was planned. It was so long ago. Yeah, it was. See, Jonathan, the other surprise is for Sunday because I know that you usually come on the member streams on Sunday, so I planned out that second one specifically for that day. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, not always an asshole. Just that's it. But yeah, no, it'd be fun. Yeah, I listen, and then I mean, you had the whole Willow thing, and she was surviving. I have a feeling they're gonna like retcon that whole like now they're gonna retcon the uh the Huntington's disease, or they're just gonna find a cure for it. Or they're just gonna find a cure for it. Well, that's true, cat lady. But I mean, that doesn't mean I can't blame you Monday through Friday. Like that doesn't mean I can't blame you Monday through Friday. That's something. Shit. But yeah, I totally forgot about that. I remember the last time she was on the show. I don't know if the actress was pregnant, but like, yeah, Allison, they may probably take a play. They may probably sit there and take like some plays out of B&B since they do some like crazy shit. J Blue says Drew is going to have trouble on his hands. Iceland Scott, I doubt she went to therapy for her mom's death. Don't be surprised if she starts acting now. Well, wait until she gets into her teen years, right? She comes back. She's gonna be a rebel without cause. It's gonna be all sorts of crazy. It's gonna be like Lulu, except for just gonna be when Lulu was a teenager, except for it's just gonna be extra because Freddie says, Albert, I'm so confused. So the writers changed Scout's age to 12 years old, but she's the year she was born. I believe it was 2016, 2017, and real time she would be 9 or 10. Yeah, I stopped caring about that. The reason, okay, Freddie, take a look at Spencer and Jocelyn. Okay? That never made any sense. And they pretty much just said F it. So I see what you're doing. Trust me, I was just as like what the F as you was. You know? Oh, he's my little cousin. And then Nicholas Chavez comes on and it's like, but that's what I'm sitting there saying, Freddie. Like they changed the age from Jocelyn and Spencer. So at this point, I'm not really too surprised by that. Because like I'm not even going by like when she gave birth. I'm talking about like Spencer and Jocelyn. Jocelyn was older than Spencer, and then out of nowhere, she suddenly wasn't. So Calais said James will soon be 18. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream here. I will be back tomorrow though. That actual regular time, like actually 8 o'clock, and hopefully my laptop does not have to randomly decide it wants to do an update. Um, yeah, is 18 considered? Yes, at least in New York, Jacob. At least New York is considered a young adult. But yeah, and no, actually, I started later. I started at 8:30, so it wasn't too late. But I'm gonna try to be here a little earlier tomorrow, though. Have a good night, Queen Jess. Have a good night, Queen Cat Lady. Have a good night, Queen Janet. They were both chosen at the same time at one point, but she. Oh, okay. Thank you, Jonathan. That's true. That's true, Allison. Yes, have a good night, J Blue. Have a good night, Allison. Have a good night, Cherry Ice Cream. Have a good night, Freddie. Freddie says, you know, when Albert wants to quit for the night, he sighs before he says, yeah, because I usually have a lot of fun. That's true, but I usually, because I have a lot of fun. I'm just like, fuck, I don't want to sit there and stay up too late. That's very true. That's just because I'm having too much fun now. Have a night, Blackmon. Johnson says, join us next time for another edition of Soul Chat without a Bostic. Good night, everyone, and hit the like button. Thank you. Freddie says, God bless you all. I was happy to be here. I was happy to have you, Freddie. Thank you again for joining. Debbie says, good night, everyone, but Albert, get back to work. I will get back to work on some more clips for this weekend before I go to bed. I'll make my Franks and beans. Cat Lady loves me, okay? She just, I'm her boo. That's her way of flirting. Okay? So just keep that in mind. That's a weird way of flirting, but okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it. Hey, you stop it. I'm assuming that was for. I'm assuming that was for the Franks and the beans, not the "I'm your boo" comment. I'm assuming that's what it was for. That's what it better be for. Blackmon says we are seeing. Oh yeah, no, she's that's just how she flirts. Okay, I'll take it. Yum yum, Franks and beans, here I come. Okay, now I'm done. Now I'm done. Now now I'm done. Haters.